Hello, people. Hello, people. Let me start this again. Good to have you here. My microphone wasn't going in there, and thank God for the alert that let me know that there was a problem. I got two good friends here with me today, and I'm excited about being able to have a conversation with them and to be share that conversation with you. It's cool when you got people that you're pretty close to that you can pull into a conversation and be able to go underneath the surface. Sometimes these kind of conversations make people uncomfortable. But when you have relationship or you're in relationship with people, it makes it so much easier. So first of all, I want to welcome you from those in America as well as those abroad. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for taking part in the Bonded webinar series. Again, this series has been developed. This whole webinar idea was developed some 7 years ago, last month. God revealed to me that date and let me know that he birthed it 7 years ago. And here we are now bringing it to pass. As I've been saying, the technology had to catch up to my vision. Technology was not where I needed it to be in order to be able to birth and launch this vision and take it to the masses. So now we are in this place where I can take it to the masses. And for that, I am extremely grateful to have that opportunity. That to me makes it even the more exciting. One of our guests has just entered the room and I'm excited. We'll bring him on shortly. But because technology was not necessarily where I needed it to be, I had to hold on to the vision and I couldn't launch it just yet because I wanted to be able to take this to the masses. I wanted to be able to go worldwide, to be able to sit in one location and to catch people in their locations. It's one thing for people to bring us into their cities, into their countries, into their continents, if you will, and for us to share our gifts with them. But it's a whole nother thing when you can sit in the comfort and the safety and sanctity of your own home and be able to have a conversation with someone in their home. And that's what Zoom allows us to do. That's what the webinars are designed to allow us to do. For you to sit in a setting where you can take notes and feel free to be able to be yourself in that moment. So today I want to open up with a little bit of information, a little bit of wisdom, just asking some questions as I always do. I heard a statement or a quote that kind of pricked my mindset. The quote was, "A negative mind will never produce a positive life. A negative mind will never produce a positive life." Michael Dyson said it a little different. He said, "You can't have a great product with a flawed process. You can never have a great product with a flawed process." Both of those statements are exactly or identical, if you will, and they're true. So the question is, how's your mindset? What's your mindset? One of the things we try to do with the webinars is to try to instill hope, to instill modicums and means of success for you to try to reach your dreams, to reach your aspirations, to reach your visions, to be able to go beyond where you are presently, and to be able to wake up the dreams that you have inside of you. Many of us have put our dreams to sleep. We've literally just put our dreams to sleep. We're not even in the mode of dreaming anymore. It's as if we're just going through life. We just got a job, we're cool, we're just moving from day to day, and we're not thinking about the things that used to get us up in the morning. Does your dream wake you up in the morning? Does your dream have you staying up late at night trying to accomplish something to make it feel like you really did what you were supposed to and purpose to do that particular day? I think all of that comes from your DNA. I call it your DNA. And of course, as always, I love acronyms, so let's dig in a couple of them. One of these DNAs, one of them is a positive DNA. And one of them is a negative DNA. The positive DNA says that the dream that you have inside of you, the D stands for the dream, never abort it. The dream you have inside of you, the dream that God gave you, the dream that used to wake you up, that used to have you excited to talk about, when I get 25, I plan to do this. When I hit 30, I plan to do this. When I hit 18, I plan to do this. I want to retire when I'm X age. That was a dream. That was a dream. The question is, have you aborted that dream? Your dreams, D, never, N, abort, A. What are you doing with your dreams? Have you put your dreams to sleep, or are your dreams still awake? Are your dreams still moving you from day to day? Are you still dreaming? How about that? Because the secret is, even if you accomplish one dream, there should be another dream that accompanies it to take you even further. So it's not just about the one dream. It's about being able to take that dream and build upon that dream and even go to the next level. See, God places it all inside of us. The question is, what are we doing with it? Many of us have turned the volume down We don't want to hear God speak anymore. We don't want to hear that inner voice, that inner drive, because we feel like we didn't make it one time or another. So because of that, we kind of put that dream to sleep. So the negative, the positive would be to dream and never abort it. Dream and never abort it. But the negative would be if your dreams never awaken. If your dreams never awaken. Some of us are only dreaming and we never wake up to the reality that we have to accomplish the dream. You got to put some work in. The dream is not just going to happen overnight. Our guests are going to be here. One of them is going to be celebrating 40 years in the industry. 40 years. Are you kidding me? I've been in the industry about 45 years, so I understand exactly what that means. 40 years in the industry. That means that once his dreams awakened, he never aborted the dream and he never put it back to sleep. He started running with it 40 years ago. He's celebrating today. He's celebrating. Yeah, 40 years ago. That's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing. So what are you doing with your dreams? I got to ask that question. What are you doing? What's in your DNA? Dream never aborted, or dreams never awaken. I pray that you're in the former and not the latter. In order for you to accomplish that dream, we just said that a negative mind will never produce a positive life. A negative mind would never produce a positive life. What kinds of thoughts are you thinking? Are you thinking positive thoughts or are you thinking negative thoughts? What kinds of thoughts are you thinking? Stinking thinking will always lead to negative thoughts. So what kind of thoughts are you thinking? See, all of that is critical. That's very critical. What kind of thoughts are you thinking? Your thoughts will dictate your life. Your thoughts are the momentum that moves your life forward, or your thoughts are the momentum that keeps your life stagnant. I choose to think positive thoughts, but more than just think positive thoughts, I live a positive life. I have positive people around me, even like our guest today. I can get on a text message or a phone call with them. We laugh. We literally laugh. You know, one message will send us over the top and we just start laughing for 5, 10, 15 minutes. And we keep hearkening back to that one thought. Okay? Because that's positivity and that's what you need in your life. In order to accomplish your dreams, in order to accomplish a positive life, you can't think negative thoughts. So let's talk about the mind a little bit. Let's use an acronym for the mind, M-I-N-D. The N will stand for mental insight never disappoints, or mental intuitiveness never disappoints. How much mental insight do you have? Are you a dreamer? Are you a thinker? Are you a forward thinker? Are you thinking now about where you want to be next? I told you a couple of scopes ago that your now or your next is connected to your now. Whatever and wherever you are right now, your next is connected to it. Because whatever you're thinking, what are the thoughts that you are thinking that's going to help you get to your next? You're not going to get there if you're only thinking about now. You have to be able to think next, intuitive. Think about what's coming, not just where you are presently. So mental intuitiveness or mental insight never disappoints, because you're always thinking ahead. See, I thought about this platform 7 years ago, before there was a Zoom. I thought about this platform before laptops were as pervasive as they are right now. I thought about this platform. I thought about it while I was on a sidekick, on a T-Mobile sidekick, and thinking, how can I talk to people in different countries without waiting for them to bring me to that country? Mental intuitive never disappoints. And then, of course, there's a negative aspect of the mind. The negative aspect of the mind is mediocre intelligence never develops. Mediocre intelligence never develops. If you live in the age or the means of just being mediocre, you're never going to develop. There's always going to be a challenge. You're always going to feel like you're behind the 8 ball and somebody got their foot on your head, or you got this chain around your neck. You're not able to progress. I don't think any of those types of thoughts. I don't see any limitations. I don't see anything that can stop me. There's nothing in front of me. The only thing that stops me, I feel like a golfer. A golfer is on the golf, he's on the golf course, and he's not playing against the other golfers. He's playing against the course itself. That's the way I feel about life. I'm playing against the course. It's just me against the chorus. I'm not looking across the field. I'm not looking at my guests saying, oh my God, I wish I could be where they are, or looking at other people on television and in these other vistas and saying, I wish I could be where they are. Not at all. I'm playing against the chorus. It's just me against the chorus. And if you live your life from that vantage point, then you'll soon realize that you can win more than you'll lose. You'll win more than you lose. You'll succeed more than you fail because you're not looking at other people. See, competition, when you start thinking from the age of competition, when you start looking at comparisons are, it's a negative street. It's a dead end street. The grass is always greener, not on the other side. The grass is green where you water it. So if I water my golf course and I play my golf course, I can win on my golf course. So I want to talk to the winner. I want to appeal to the winner in you as I bring my guest in the room. I want to appeal to the winners in you because the question is, are you prepared to win? Do you have that positive mindset that's warding off the negative life? Can you silence the negative voices that are in your sphere, in your circle? Can you shut those voices down to the point that all you hear is the positive voice inside of you? I like this word because I just said that the goal is for you to win. And yes, you're going to have some challenges. You're going to have some pitfalls along the journey, but you got to be able to get up and keep it moving. You can't stop right there. Both of my guests will tell you today that they had some challenges along the way. They didn't just wake up and they were Grammy Award winners or getting calls to go tour overseas and be on all the jazz shows, all the jazz festivals all around the globe. No, it doesn't happen that way. It takes time. Not overnight, but over time. That's the way life develops. Not overnight, but over time. But the question is, what happens when you do have those failure moments? What do you do when you have a challenge? How do you handle the challenge? So I came up with an acronym for the word fail. I came up with an acronym for the word FAIL, F-A-I-L. It says to forge ahead, ignoring the loss. Forge ahead, ignoring the loss. Don't worry about the loss. See, we keep a calendar of all the negative things that happen. Have you realized that? You got a calendar of everybody that's hurt you along your journey. You got a calendar of all the closed doors, the people that tell you you wouldn't make it. You got a calendar of those folks. You got it written down in a mental Rolodex, and you can call those names off just like you can call your own address or your previous addresses. But how many of us keep a mental Rolodex of all the positive things that have happened? Forge ahead, ignoring the losses. That takes a whole nother mental mindset to be able to do such. In order to forge ahead and ignore the losses, that means that no matter what comes up against me, I'm able to continue to go forward. Both of our guests will tell you that that's how they did it. There were people in their circle that told them, you're not going. What are you trying to do? You need to just stay at church. You need to go on to school, get your degree, and just be a professor and just do it. Ain't no money in the music industry. People told me the same thing. They told me the same thing. And had I listened to them, I would have aborted my dream. They would have aborted their dream. We wouldn't have guests on the show to be able to have these conversations because they would have aborted their dreams. So listen, let's recap. I'm gonna go back to it at the end as well, because we got people to join late. So that's all good. And once again, welcome from all around the world, wherever you may be viewing this from. I want you to be encouraged. I want you to realize that whatever the dream is that's inside of you, it's time for you to wake it up. It's time for you to move. This is the most unique time we've ever had. We're all at stage 1 right now. The playing field has been leveled. Everybody's been home. Everybody all around the world has had to take a sabbatical, has had to take a Selah and start from stage 1. So everybody now has the opportunity to progress at the same rate. What you've done during your break will determine the rate of your progress. What you've done at the break during this pandemic, worldwide pandemic, will determine the rate of your progress. I refuse to let any grass grow up under my feet. I started 2 new ventures since the pandemic because I refuse. I told you this was birthed 7 years ago. I just had to wait for technology to catch up to it. Now the technology is here, able to press forward, and we go. And now we're talking to people in over 35 different countries because of a dream that I had 7 years ago. What's in your DNA? Your dream, DNA. Never abort. Never abort your dream. Never abort your dream. What's in your mind? Your mental intuitiveness never disappoints. Take what's in your mind and run with it. Be it a musical dream, be it a book, be it a business, be it a new venture. I don't know what it is. Take it, run with it. And lastly, you have to be able to know how to fail, but in a positive light. Forge ahead, ignoring the losses. Forge ahead, ignoring the law, ignoring the naysayers, ignoring the negative voices, be able to still forge ahead. All I see is light at the end of the tunnel. And it's not a train coming at me. For some of us, that the light at the end of the tunnel is because we didn't listen to wisdom. Sometimes there's some wisdom in there. But if it's your personal loss, you got to get up. I was blessed to do a song a few years ago with Donnie McClurkin, and the song talked about we fall down, but we get up. Yeah. Now, many people had challenges with the theological portions of the song, for a saint is just a sinner who fell down and got back up, but that's biblical. It's biblical. Even the prophet said that at our best, we're filthy rags. So it's a biblical principle there. But we concentrate too much on the saint-sinner part when the goal should have been, and the focus should have been on getting back up after you fall. Forge ahead, ignoring. I've talked enough, I've shared enough. I'm hoping that we are infusing your mind to be able to go forward. Take these moments, replay them, replay them, replay them, use them as fuel to get to your next move. Don't be disappointed. Don't stop at the word no. I love what Tyler Perry says. He said every time he heard a no, he kept looking for another yes. And all he needed was one yes. All you need is one open door to kick all the other doors open. And here's the deal. Once you get to the open door, though, you have to be prepared to walk in the door. You can't have to go back and get your bags packed. That's not, and when I say get your bags packed, I'm not talking about physical luggage. I'm talking about being prepared to succeed. You have to be prepared to go forward. So when the opportunity arises, you're able to walk straight through that door. That's the goal. Listen, I got to bring my guest in. I got to bring one of my guests in. And then we're going to do a very unique handoff because they know each other. We all know each other. So when we do the handoff, we're going to bring both guests in before we say goodbye to our first guest, because she wants to be able to greet and speak to our second guest. Okay. So I'm going to take a moment and invite my sister. I'm going to invite my sister to the platform right now. Let's see. Uh-oh. I hear her right there. I hear.
You know I'm here.
So I just hit that button. I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you.
I'm here.
I'm waiting on you. Where you at?
I'm here.
Where's your video, woman?
There it is. There she is.
I gotta steal. Oh, there she is. There she is.
With my coffee.
How are you?
I am fantastic.
I'm so glad
to see you.
Huh?
What's happening? What's happening, brother? Huh?
Listen, I'm amazing. I'm even more amazed that you are here. Hold on. I need more volume. Hold on. I got to have volume to talk to you.
Okay.
Are you there? And
I'm here.
let me just change the vibe here. Let me change the vibe. Because I got to get some shine now. Some shine. I need some shine. I got shine in the room. Welcome, Avery Sunshine. Welcome, ma'am. How are you?
I'm amazing.
Her birth name is Denise Nicole White.
Yes.
But the world though knows her as Avery Sunshine. How did we get to Avery Sunshine? Please tell me that.
God. It was all God. Because I met my dear husband, and before we weren't married then, but we worked on the first song that we wrote together, which by the way was entitled Stalker. Another story, another day.
Stalker?
And the song
Stalker.
Don't even do it. Don't even do it. Yeah, he wrote it about me, praise God. Well, no, not because I was talking to him, he was talking. Different story, different day.
Oh my God.
But he said,
oh my God.
It's horrible. That's bad. That's not true. Don't tell him. But we did this song, and he said, I have a friend who's producing house tracks. He wants the song. They're gonna release it on a label in Japan, and they want to know how you want your name in the liner notes. That was the first thing I'd ever had like that. So I was like, I don't know. Avery Sunshine. And
it happened like that?
Yeah, it literally happened like that because they needed a name immediately. He was actually on the phone with them. He's like, they want to know how to put it in there. And I tease about it, you are the sum of the things that have been sown into you, right? And I tease about it being the name, two of my favorite characters, Suge Avery from The Color Purple and Sunshine from Harlem Nights.
Wow.
You got to watch those movies.
I love it.
That's horrible.
But
what is real about it though, I had no idea that God was putting a stamp on me, or I had to see the sunshine. We write songs about it all the time. I have to see the sunshine no matter what. I actually gave the name. So days that I want to cuss and days that I don't feel like it and days that there's someone that reminds me or I see something, Avery Sunshine. I'm reminded to come back center. I'm reminded to be creative. I'm reminded. I didn't even know that that's what was happening when I blurted that out. And I'm grateful. My mama said, and you all know this, God takes care of babies and fools, right?
How about that? So now your name bespeaks your purpose.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So take me back. I know that somewhere around that age, 8, 11, something, you end up taking over, driving the buses and taking over the music situation. But how did you get to that? What was the impetus that started you on this musical journey?
Yeah, it was, I saw somebody playing piano. I was 8 and my classmate was playing the piano. She was playing, I think, Oh, Come All Ye Faithful or Silent Night at the Christmas pageant. And I told my mother I need to do that. And then so my mom got a piano. And I got a teacher, and by the time I was 13, my Aunt Tootsie, Chester, PA, in the home of the Wilmington Chester Mass Choir.
Wow.
Aunt Tootsie was the pianist at the church where Wilmington Chester would rehearse, Spencer AME Church. And Aunt Tootsie, she says, my mother's name was Ruth. She said, Ruth, my mother would do Aunt Tootsie's hair. And mom was doing a curl, putting Aunt Tootie's curl in, putting the string and the twist in it. And she said, Ruth, I can't make church this Sunday. I need Denise to come and do this service for me at this Catholic church. She can read the order of service, and in the choir, they want to sing gospel music. So it was perfect.
Wow.
Because I was able to learn. I was able to figure out. So at 13, I'm thrust into a situation where I am able to use my skills reading music, but I also got to learn how to play by ear.
Wow.
Because
so you had to develop both.
Only music, I couldn't get, Kevin Bond's sheet music then.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Or people were doing it, but they writing it out. Then
right.
I had to sit and listen to Perfect Praise, and ended up learning it in E because the tape recorder was
yes.
Because the original is the E flat, if I'm right.
Yes.
I did it in E because I'm playing it on a tape that's messed up. At any rate,
I call those happy mistakes. I had
to play in E. I had to learn how to play in E.
Because you wouldn't have learned that otherwise.
Wouldn't have learned it.
So necessity kind of prompted you onto the main stage.
Absolutely.
Now, you said something that was very valuable, something that's lacking today, whereas your mother saw the interest and pointed you toward the interest because she went on and made the investment.
Yes, immediately.
We need to make sure that parents hear that. Parents need to hear that, because your children are constantly telling you what they're interested in. But the thing is, sometimes we get upset with our children because their interests change.
Absolutely.
And then we have to be careful that we're not trying to build our interests into our children.
Absolutely. Ooh.
See, I thought my son might want to play baseball because I wanted to play baseball.
Yes.
And then we looked out there and Alex was writing his name in the dirt. Because Alex wasn't, he wasn't bit more interested in baseball.
Yeah.
So basketball, he found out he loved, and now he's into the music game. But we let them go through that journey.
Yes.
We introduced them to piano as well along the way, all of that. And now they realize, and they wish they'd stuck with piano, but we let them walk away from it for a season because now they're realizing that they need it again.
Absolutely.
So once you hit that stage with the family situation, with the church, because usually that's where the passion usually starts. Did you get some feedback from that situation that prompted you to be where you are right now?
Oh, come on. Come back.
We're here. We'll wait for you. We're here. We're here. Here.
You're there? Okay. I froze.
We're here. So did you hear what I said? Did you hear the question?
No, do it again.
Okay. The passion that you now have, was it birthed in those moments because you received some feedback and some acrimony from the crowd that you liked and you wanted to hold on to?
That's interesting. I don't know. I don't think so. I think it spoke to me in a way that I didn't notice it. Mm-hmm. I didn't notice that music spoke to me spiritually and even physically, a thing that, so it was, I would do it whether people liked it or not.
So, but it was definitely the give and take though. The fact that you knew that you was giving something and being able to see it and receive it right back at the same time.
Absolutely. I see that. Absolutely. That love for it was shared. Absolutely.
Yeah. See, that's the piece that most people who only do studio never understand about the live component.
Yes. I hear where you're going. Absolutely then. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that the church was preparing me to be Avery Sunshine.
Listen. I drop quotes and I drop wisdom at the top of the show, at the end of the show. One of the things that God showed me was in the life of David. In the life of David, he prepares us privately before he reveals us publicly. Woo! So what God did for you, what he's done for me, what he's done for Mark and others, is he keeps us hidden.
Yes.
We are hidden. Wow. And we are able to practice on the sheep.
Yes. Come on.
We practice on the sheep before we go out into the masses and deal with the masses of people.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to criticize you when you're back there with the sheep.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I hear you.
You were serenading the sheep at the church, doing your thing, but you're perfecting your craft to the point that now it's just who you are.
Wow.
And you're just literally walking into this thing.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit. You're a prolific keyboardist. You've been playing keyboards since 8 years old?
8. Prolific is a stretch, but I'll take it from you.
Listen, I love what you do. Everybody has a lane. Everybody has a lane.
They do now.
And now, you know, I talked about comparisons earlier now. So everybody has a lane, because if I sat up on a keyboard next to Oscar, then I wouldn't play.
That's what I'm feeling to you. Oscar,
I wouldn't play.
Yeah.
It'd be curtains. And there's some others out here that are phenomenal as well, including yourself. Everybody has a lane.
It's the truth. It's the truth.
The secret is to master.
Yes. While I tease, I am very clear about the gift that God is giving me. But I also, and I'm learning to pay homage to the folks like you and the people that I respect. And the reason why I am who I am, your albums, they're a part of the fabric of my being, the work that you've done. So, but I'm clear. I know I'm gent. Glory to God.
Come on now. Now,
no, we gotta own it. We gotta own
what
it.
people don't understand is, as lively as you are right now, this is your stage persona as well. This is your stage persona as well.
Just nuts.
I think it's being uniquely you. You are what I call, and I meant to talk about this earlier, I didn't get to it. It's called being unexampled.
Wow.
There is no example for that. You are uniquely who you are. I mean, when I say be you, I'm talking about be unique, unexampled, unprecedented, unparalleled, and unlike anybody else.
Nice.
See, most performers, and you know I'm telling the truth. Most performers only show the rooms on stage that they want the audience to look in.
Yeah.
They don't show their whole person.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand, you show your relationship with Dana. There's a love thing happening over there. There's a romance thing that y'all let us peek into. And then you go ham with the comedy stuff. You take your shoes off. I mean, listen, it's just being uniquely you.
Yeah.
So how did you get so comfortable? How did you get so comfortable to be you on stage like that with no limitations?
That kept me from being nervous. For me, trying to be something else, it's like wearing a girdle, as uncomfortable as that is. So me trying to do something else is uncomfortable. And women, those of us who got a little extra up here, you try to put on some Spanx for real, or a girdle or something, and try to sing. You can't do it the right way. The support, the expansion that needs to happen when you're constricted can't happen. Wow. And in order for me to be free, I had to be exact. So without any inhibitions, anything holding me back, that's the only way that I can do it. Or I physically am ill. So I have to be that. I have to take my shoes off. I don't know any other way to be. And I gotta, my parents were both very special human being, type A, just whatever came up, I had both of my parents like that. Wow. Whatever came up, came out. So there's some balance with that. And, but for me to live and exist in peace, I have got to be free. And it sounds like a song, but it's so real.
Yeah. It comes across though on stage. It comes across on stage. It's the real deal. It comes across on stage, and that's what I think I love most about you. I followed you before I followed you, of course, and then when I got to that stage play that particular night and saw the play. And all I could do was ask Desmond Ellington, who I'm going to have on the show sometime soon.
Yes, I love Desmond.
Oh my God. And one of my most favorite background singers of life. He's my
and now Broadway star, Mr. Desmond Ellington. Hamilton.
Listen. Principal. He's a principal. He's a principal. So he invited me to the show, and I was sitting there watching the show, and every few minutes or whatever, this voice would come up. And I was like, who is that? I'm serious as a heart attack. I said, Desmond, who is that? He said, oh, that's Avery Sunshine. I was like, Avery Sunshine?
Who in the heck? Who is that?
And I started doing my research. And then for us to now be, you to be my little sister is crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Know
that those moments that we sow into each other, even sometimes when we, and I know it's absolutely pure and honest, I am grateful that you always allow yourself the space to compliment people. And so, because you have no idea what it means.
Oh my God.
I was at the beginning of the Avery Sunshine.
Yeah. I told you.
Have my musical heroes say, hey, wow, it just is. And no, we don't need it,
right.
But we do. So I'm grateful for you, and I'm very careful in telling people, or even my sisters, you look beautiful today, or whatever it is.
Yes.
Whatever it is, we need to say those things, say good things, sow good things, right? And the truth is, the physical will follow what happens here first, right? It
will. It's affirmation. Affirmation is very critical. It's critical. And the thing is, you said it best. We don't need it, but we still desire it. It's good to know that you're on the right path.
Yes.
And for somebody to see it and say, you're not spinning your wheels. You're not wasting your time. You should have been a lawyer. You're off path.
Yes.
It's good to be able to hear somebody say the positive words.
It is.
And we hinge on those words. I told you, I passed a gas station on Lawrenceville Highway at least once a week. And it's the last time I had a conversation with you.
Our conversation.
It's the first conversation we ever had on the phone, and it was the last conversation we had before you launched your career. Wow. And I'll never forget that. You were telling me that you was about to be out of the quote unquote the church employment scene. I'm not going to say the church scene because
the truth.
You're a believer, but you're about to leave the church employment scene and about to take this leap of faith.
Yes.
And I encourage you. I just say, hey, man, go after it.
Brother, can I pause to say this about the church? And the church that I was at was the historic Ebenezer Baptist, and the pastor is Reverend Dr. Raphael Warnock.
Wow.
And I stopped to acknowledge him because I'd had such and not with Ebenezer, but with church as a whole, I really struggled with the support from the church with what I was doing. Because a lot of churches, they're like, yeah, it's cool you doing that, but I need you here. I don't really care about that other stuff you're doing. That's when right. It really should be a sort of a relationship.
Yeah. Hold on, you froze on me again. I'm waiting on you. We're going to wait for her to come back. And
then I was telling goodness. Oh, there you are.
Okay, there you go. Go ahead. You said it should be a yin and yang. We should be a give. She's going to come back to us in a moment. She's speaking value, though. That's value, because what tends to happen is one institution usually takes everything.
Zoom don't want me to be great.
Listen, I need you to shine.
So I would say the one of the few times where someone in the church said, I support what you're doing.
Yeah.
The pastor said it. I support you. Go ahead and go to Paris and wherever else you need to go. If you can make it back on Sunday, let's make it happen.
I love that.
So guess what that did for me?
Yeah.
We would fly in on Saturday night or drive in from somewhere, sit in the parking lot, change clothes in the parking lot and go in and do church.
Yes.
My husband and I can recall those moments, and I'm grateful that he allowed me to grow in that spin. And when it was time for me to go, he let me go and he encouraged me and arms were still open wide. I appreciate that.
That's good.
And it really helped to heal my relationship with church.
Yeah. I get it. Trust me, I get it.
I know you know it. And that's what I'm saying, especially for a lot of people who are listening in between church and the world or secular. Listen, we can exist together.
Yes, you can.
God made all this.
Yeah, it's not either or, it's both and. It's both and. So tell me a little bit about your journey into songwriting, because most pianists, most musicians, quote unquote, we don't start out as songwriters, or we start out as a songwriter and then try to infuse the piano side. Tell me about your journey into songwriting. When did that come?
My first piece, it was piano, a piano piece called La Dream. I have the sheet music somewhere. I mean, I transcribed it somewhere around the house. I got to find it. And I must have been 11.
Wow.
And I don't think I wrote again, not for real, until I was 19 or 20.
Wow.
I didn't think I was supposed to do that.
Wow.
I didn't.
Well, see, I didn't start writing until I was about 19 or 20.
See?
At all. I couldn't write any. I tried my trash. I got a whole shoebox full of crap that I would never, ever, the world will never hear.
I know what you mean.
Ever.
Especially when you talk about comparison, when you are a fan of the Kevin Bonds and Aretha Franklins and the Twinkie Clarks and fan of these people, and or shoot, Michael McDonald and the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan, and you're like, they write Marvin White, they write in songs.
They write legends. They write legendary songs.
I don't do that.
Right.
I'm not even gonna try that.
I'm not playing my song for you.
You're never gonna hear it. Don't worry about it.
So how was your journey into songwriting? Once you realized you could write, how often were you writing, and when did you finally pen something that the world heard?
It still took me a minute because I didn't believe it. That first song that the world heard for real, was, it may have been Stalker. Because it was one of those songs I just sat down, I played the changes, and the hook came immediately. And at the time that I wrote it, Dana and I just started working together, and I had a Nokia phone. You remember them?
Yeah.
You got to hit the button. If you want to get a T, you got to hit the button. You get T. You want a V, you got to hit it. You want a space, you got to find where the space. I actually sent him the memo and sent him the hook. And within 5 minutes flat, he was working a square gig, as we say. He was working, I think, not Phillips, but somewhere like that at the time. Mm-hmm. He sent it right back to me. Finished, completely done.
Wow.
And that was it. And I was like, wow, it's that. My husband's comfort level with his writing made me comfortable with how about this, with making mistakes and it not being a hit. Because in my mind, anytime you write something, it needs to be a hit, don't write it.
Right.
No, but how do you practice if everything ain't gonna be a hit, ma'am?
No. And writing takes on another life of its own, when we take the hit mindset out of it, actually. So even as a producer, as you can imagine, I get people calling me, asking me, well, do you think it's a hit? And I tell them that if that's your impetus, then I can't work with you. Because if that's all you're thinking about, then we're not going to make the best music possible. No. My goal is always to make the best song possible. And I don't care if I'm at a lush studio in LA, Florida, London, or if I'm sitting in a bedroom, or if I'm sitting in a box, I'm on a plane. It's about the best music possible.
Tell the truth. And
we get to that.
Yes, because what you do is you constrict yourself when you start putting parameters around what the song should be like.
Yeah, you're putting too much pressure on yourself. It's total pressure. They talked about Michael Jackson, how he was, after Thriller, he was constantly writing to top Thriller. How can you top? And here's the mindset, and this is not besmirching Mike at all, who was a phenomenal writer, singer, performer. My God, he checked all the boxes. Yes. One of the GOATs. He's a GOAT, okay? Yes. But how do you, first of all, put a stamp on something that when you started it, you didn't know it was going to be that in the first place?
Exactly.
See, that's the way you have to understand it.
That's listen to me. The one little hit we got, thank you, Lord, we're so grateful. We got a #1 Billboard hit, independent artist, right? Didn't it? So the first album, independent album, we had a song on there in Chicago, put us on the map. The song is called Ugly Part of Me, and it reached number 18 on Billboard without any, it just happened, right? So then we put out this second album, and with the help of our Chicago folk, we on the radio again, and we get this #1 song, Call My Name, right? My least favorite song, right?
Wow. Isn't that something how that happens?
So the song goes #1, and the label that we partnered with to help with distribution and all, they had the nerve to say,
Hold on. I lost your vocal. Okay, you're back. Okay. They had the nerve to say.
They had the nerve to say, we need another album. But the whole album needs to be full of songs like Call My Name.
That's the worst for me. That's the worst for me. Because you just cut off my creativity at the legs when they say that.
Debilitating. That's what it was.
Yeah, you might as well have been in a wheelchair from that point forward.
I was. So this is before you came and worked on the last album with us with the Sweet Hour Prayer. Yeah. It was really hard for me to start writing again because I judged every song.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I could tell when I walked in the room. I could tell there was a pressure, and I didn't know exactly what it was. Because Ron James actually brought me to the conversation, right?
He sure did.
Yeah, my guy. But I felt the pressure. And I'm used to feeling that pressure, of course.
I'm not.
I'm used to it. The last record I worked on with Walter Hawkins was that pressure. It was that pressure. No. He was on a solo record, and he hit a writer's block. He hit a writer's block there in California. I lived in California there for 5 years.
Yeah.
When I left, some of that synergy from all of us getting in the room together, me, Joe Smith, Daniel, Edwin, Walter, all of us would get together in the room and just throw stuff on the wall, and whatever would stick to the wall would be on the records.
Exactly.
And be like, you got a song? Yeah, let me play you this. And they'd be like, that's kind of different. What does that mean? Is that good or bad? You know what I mean? And we go through these conversations. Then they'd be like, that's good, but it's not Love Alive. It's such and such. We could put it over here. We could use it here. And I'm like, well, no, I want to be on Love Alive. What we got to do to make it Love Alive? And we would just go through these conversations, but he hit a writer's block. He didn't have that pressure, quote unquote, from a label, but he had a writer's block to the point that he was like, he called me, he said, I want you to listen to some stuff. And I was like, what's going on, Walter? Because I knew him, before he passed away. I knew him. I was like, what's going on? Tell me what's really going on. Yeah. And he said, I'm stuck. I said, dude, I'm gonna tell you exactly what you need to do. Get on a plane, come to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Change the scenery, get out of there, get back with me. Let's just sit together.
Yeah.
Let's throw it all up on the wall and see what sticks.
Absolutely.
And we ended up working on about 3 or 4 songs. One of them, I think he took the rest of them. Carl Wheeler ended up finishing the others. But one of them was almost like a Sweet Hour Prayer moment that was rubato at the top that he and I just did. And it was the funny part, it was the last song that he did right before he went to the airport. And it turned out to be one of the most phenomenal performances on the record. Because you have to be able to rid the pressure. You got to let the pressure out of the room.
Yes.
I call the studio a birthing suite. Yes. It's a birthing suite. And catch this principle. Everybody's not allowed in the birthing suite.
They ain't been sanitized. They ain't been sanitized and clean. Come off in here,
It's got to be sanitized and it's got to be purified, and everybody can't be there.
Can't.
If you allow anybody and everybody in the birthing suite, then they contaminate the area. So who I allow in the studio when we're creating and all of that type of thing is so critical. And here's the other thing people don't think about. When you got other people in the studio, it changes your performance.
It does. They see you looking at you all hard sometime, and
see, because
you're like this.
You're performing at that point. You're not creating.
Performing.
You're not creating.
And they sitting here and they thinking about something. Listen, I had to tell somebody. I have to tell you this. I did a performance for NCAA. Thanks to Dr. Tony McNeil years ago. I didn't even know really what the NCAA was. He was like, "I need you to sing the Star Spangled Banner."
Yes.
And it's going to be a cappella. I'm going to have a choir, but Denise, I need you to do it. Yeah, he called me Denise. You know, Avery said, "Yeah, I need you to do it," right? So I was like, "No, get somebody else to do it." He said, "No, you." So I did it, right, y'all? Yes. So then the whole family's watching it, you know. That was my first time using in-ears, okay?
Oh, my God.
A cappella.
So it was pitchy.
I was fine. And then
pitchy or whatever.
So, but let me tell you what happened, because I think I say pretty much in two, you know what I mean? But so right when I started, say, you hear me? The in-ear clip, like the sound went off and went back on. So my voice did something, because what I was getting was right. Yes. I had one of my family members say to me, "Yeah, I saw your performance. Yeah." Right at the top, I heard something, you know, did something happen with your voice?
Oh my God.
I said, "Look, the next time you sing it, when they invite you to sing for the NCAA, you sing it."
Now, see, I don't know if you were on the scope when I started earlier, and I talked about how we keep a calendar of the negative events.
Why?
We don't remember all the positive things people say, but we
never forget that. Which is part of the reason why I don't like people in my sessions, because I cannot be free, because I'm always replaying stuff like that, their thoughts.
That's right.
What they think. And I don't know who it was. I think it was Quincy Jones who said, take the applause and the criticisms kind of in the same way.
That's good. That's good.
So that you are not bound or held hostage by what people think.
No.
And that's where that balance comes with. You do need to hear, I do want to hear from my mentors like Kevin Bond. That was good. I want a pat on the back.
Yeah.
But I have to keep that I got to keep it in line.
Yes.
With this thing that is here too.
Yes.
With the truth that resides right here. We know when we own it.
That's it. You do. And we also know when we're fudging.
And we also know
when we didn't practice and the Holy Ghost just gave us one.
Can you tell the truth, please?
See, because there are moments that we didn't practice at all.
Don't know them words.
We ain't been practicing on the keyboards. We ain't been practicing vocally. And then we just hit a moment and everybody's going crazy. And you know darn well that wasn't you.
You know it wasn't you, huh?
So how is it working, writing, performing around the globe, traveling with your significant other?
It is a dream that has come true, a dream that I never even knew I had.
Wow.
You can't imagine. For me, and this is my second marriage.
Yes.
I needed the first marriage.
Wow.
So that I could, I'm telling you, so that I could see and appreciate this thing here.
That's good. That's good.
He is my best friend. He makes me want to be better.
It shows.
And being around him is not a chore. It is not like, oh, got to be with him. People ask about quarantine with him. I like him. Exactly. I don't mind being around him. Exactly. Now, I'm tired of cleaning up the toilets and stuff. I'm over that.
You ready to get back to the hotel life? Let somebody else deal with that part.
Somebody else do that. However,
yeah,
I cannot imagine another human being that I would rather be with.
I love it.
Yeah.
Tony and I are about to embark on a whole nother chapter.
How many years?
Oh my God, 25.
25 years. That's
26 in September.
Congratulations.
28 total. We dated for 2 years. 25, 9/4/94. 9/4/94. And then this year, I'm pushing her out of her comfort zone.
With that food, with that cuisine.
That's part of it. That's part of it.
I was about to come over there with my mask. Huh?
But here's the funny part of the cuisine piece. That's her every day. That's no trudge for her. She is innately that.
That's brilliant.
This next piece, I'm pushing her into another piece that people
are going to sing. Look at me, I'm jumping the gun.
I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. You better watch for it though, because it's going to be special. It's going to be special.
That's beautiful.
It's going to be special. Now, I got a couple of more questions, and you know, I'm gonna do something unique in this handoff. Normally, I cut one person off and bring the other person on, because we all know each other, and because I know you want to say hello to my brother. I'm gonna bring him in. Let you guys chop it up a half a second.
Can I say this though? Because you are so big brother. You know you're big brother, right? You like, yeah. So I'm gonna have you, and I'm gonna have Mark Kibble. I'm gonna make sure you guys meet each other. I was like, I already know him. That's such a big brother thing to do. I'm going to make sure that you get to meet him. And I was like,
but I meant meet in the sense of you guys on the same set before I release you. That's what I meant. But, you know, I am big brother, though. I'm very.
So you can do that. That's the only reason.
I'm protective of my family. You see. This is family, you see. So let's talk. Top album. Your top album thus far to date.
Of someone else's?
Yours first.
My favorite record.
Okay, let's go with your favorite record that you've done. What's your favorite song that you perform on a regular basis? Is it Ice Cream?
Oh, Ice Cream is up there. Ice Cream is up there. But I think
Ice Cream is top 5.
Top 5. The number 1 is Pining. Pining, because one, I wrote that you didn't. You see, I'm answering questions that you didn't ask me, but I have to tell you why. I love that. I had invited my dear brother, whom you know, multi-Grammy award-winning like you, Christian McBride, bass player. Wow. And we're from the same area. And I said, Chris, he said, I'm in town with Chick Corea. What you doing? I was like, why don't you come by the studio? So I invited him before I even had a song for him to play. So oh my God, he's pulling up to the studio. I sit at the Rhodes and I drop my head on the Rhodes and I said, God, you gotta give me a song because he's here right now. Oh my God. I wrote he was coming in and I wrote the song. And I was like, hey, here's the song right here. He played it. And God. When I say he played the break, that's how that song came about. That's amazing. So your top song that the audience loves to hear. Oh man, of mine, I did the top song the audience loves to hear. I didn't write it though, but it's Daydreaming, Aretha Franklin. I can't help it.
When I tell you, I love what you guys do with that, and you are so soulful and sultry that it just goes to another place. When you get to that channel section, I want to be ready. It's like, woo! Listen.
There's some. Do you know who she wrote that song for?
No.
Song she wrote, Dennis Edwards. She wrote that song about Dennis Edwards.
They were
from
in
the
relationship?
Temptations.
They were
I don't think so. Did you hear Dana? Dana let it. Listen, I don't know, but Dana said he said you telling people's business. I don't think I was telling. Am I telling people's business? Is that big? He said,
no, that's good stuff. That's good stuff.
I read it. I didn't make it up. But my point is,
that's good stuff right there.
It came from passion. It came from, even if it was an imagined desire to say, I want to be what you want, when you want it, and whenever. Huh?
Yeah. That's strong. That's strong. That's a strong lyric right there. Who are your influences?
And B
Let's.
flat. So
I got to wind down. We got to wind down because I could talk to you for 3 hours. I could talk to you for 3 hours. Who are your influences?
And I have to take over. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm talking. You.
It's all good. I love you to life.
And I say that because no, but that's real. If there's a way for you to even receive it, like I'm not talking about you, but it's the truth.
Wow.
You, Patti LaBelle, Whitney, Donny Hathaway, Roberta Flack, Patrice Rushen.
Yeah.
Those are the people, y'all, I listen to the music, and Michael McDonald. I listened to the Doobie Brothers and Steely Dan and tried to figure out and Marvin Winans.
Steely Dan, Donald
tried to
Fagen.
figure out, why is this music making me feel? Donald Fagen, why does the mix sound like, why does it make me feel something? Why?
Yes.
That's the whispers. Why did It's a Love thing make me move? Even when if I don't want to move, I can't help it. Some love thing. What is it about me? Take 6.
Right.
That first album, So Much to Say. That was one of my first CDs.
Woo!
And one of the
amazing.
One of the first concerts that my brother took me to. And I had never seen or experienced, I don't even remember, I think it was in Delaware, to watch Take 6, not just to hear them, but to see them and to hear them. That was otherworldly for me. Otherworldly. That whole,
amazing.
That was one of the albums that changed my musical life.
Listen, that record, I remember Jonathan Dubose bought that record to me. We were out on the road with the Hawkins, and he was like, dude, have you heard this? I was like, no, man, what are you talking about? And he played the record for me, and I was just blown away. I was just smitten with the record, and I had to listen to it 1,000 times. I had heard Manhattan Transfer. I had heard a couple other, a cappella groups, but I had never heard it done like that.
My connection,
the way they did it was just, it was another level. It was just another level. Go ahead.
No, my connection was falling apart.
Uh-oh, you there?
Brother, I'm here. You hear me?
I hear you. I hear you. Are you back with us?
Oh, there you go. There we go.
Okay, you got me, but I still don't have you just yet. I got your audio, but I don't have your video yet.
You see my text?
I see your text.
Everyone.
So let me ask you this question.
The devil.
Let me ask you this.
Yes.
Can you hear me? What is the most unbelievable thing that happened to you? What's the most unbelievable thing that's happened on this journey for you?
Wow.
Okay, I see you. You got me?
Okay, I got to tell you this. Yes, you hear me? Hopefully this will stay up so I can tell y'all this story of my Aretha Franklin story. Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I got you.
It's not working.
I can hear you.
Okay, my Aretha Franklin story.
I can hear you.
Aretha Franklin invited. You hear me? You hear me? I hear you. Hello.
Yes.
I'll have to video
I can hear you.
in this story. Yo, if you got me. Okay, good. As long as you do it. Aretha Franklin invited me to sing for her birthday. And she wanted me to sing Call My Name. But there were a bunch of people that were there, and I felt like these people don't know me. They have no idea who I am. So I'm going to do covers. So I did covers and I performed, and she was sitting maybe 3 feet away from me. I'm at a baby grand piano in front of her and Clive Davis. You still with me? Oh, crap.
Yes.
I don't know, honey.
I'm here. Go ahead.
Brother,
I'm
if
here.
I
Go
change
ahead.
you, so it was on. That's why. If I change it, will it mess it up? Brother, watch this. I'm about to get. Yeah. Yeah.
I think she's switching over to the phone to try to get us there.
I don't know why I got there.
You there, Avery?
See.
I hear you. I just don't see you. You gotta open your camera.
It's open. It's open. I see you.
Huh? You can see me. I hear you. I just can't see you.
Y'all see me? Y'all hear me?
You're killing me. You're killing me. Your messages are hilarious. Absolutely hilarious.
Can y'all hear me now?
We can hear you.
I'll have to come back
hear you.
and
I can hear you.
oh, if you can hear me, great. Oh, great. So really quickly, so
yes,
I'm playing for Aretha Franklin at her personal part. She wants me to sing "Call My Name," and I'm like, these people aren't paying attention to me. I'm gonna sing cover songs. I'm gonna go. So I go to stand up to leave. Just about 5 feet away from me, sitting behind the piano. And she says, she comes over to me. She says, if you don't sing your hit, I'm not giving you your check.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
How amazing. That's what she said. So of course I sang the hit. When was the last time? I sang it as good and churchified it and everything as best I could. After the show though, she said to me, I hope I didn't offend you. I was like, oh, you called my song a hit. Aretha Franklin?
How about that?
And then
how about that?
In addition to that,
oh, Avery, we're losing you again. Lord have mercy.
this is the devil be damned. The devil be damned.
Go ahead. You said in addition to that.
The check that she gave me, and I never deposit the checks, Dana does. I put the check in the ATM and the ATM ate the check.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yes. Yes.
Oh my God.
So I ended up having to call the ATM company.
Oh.
They got the check because there was no way I was going to be able to call her and ask her for another check. No way. So we got the check. We retrieved it so I wouldn't have to call her. I have some other Aretha Franklin stories, but I'm taking so much time. Brother, I'm sorry. What am I? We live in the woods.
We gotta have you back. We gotta have back. That's what we gotta do. Okay. I was trying to have you and Mark on together to be able to speak to one another. See if you can work through the web issues. And then come back to us near the end, and I'll have you pop back in to be able to say hello to Mark. I love you
all. Okay. I'm texting to y'all.
Yeah. We hear you. We hear you now. Okay, you're back now. You're back.
I hope so. If not, y'all go ahead, and I'll try to get back on so it's more secure. I'm holding stuff up.
No, hold on 1 second. Let's get Mark in, and then I'm going to let you go. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Hold on 1 second. We got to bring Mark in. Mark, I know you're here. Come on to the platform, sir.
You know I'm here.
There he is.
Been waiting.
There he is. There he is.
My big brother Kev, what's happening?
What's up, sir?
Oh, it's all good.
Wait, good. I gotta get a picture of this.
Yeah.
This is so crazy.
It's a cool moment, right? This is a cool moment, right?
Oh,
Wait
yeah.
a minute though. Wait,
Hold on,
Mark,
I
can
might
you
need to
see?
get that picture
Mark,
myself.
wait, look how you look at it. Like, what is she doing?
I know.
Oh my God. That is too funny.
Great.
That
Okay,
is
I'm out of the way.
entirely
I love,
too funny.
I
That
love
is
you both.
entirely too funny.
You're
I
the
love
best.
it. I love it.
All right.
All
I'm
right,
getting out the
Avery,
way. I'm
blessings.
Enjoyed you. I have enjoyed all of
Okay.
this. This is
All right.
amazing. Love you.
Oh, I love you, Mark. Big brother, I love you. And I'm going to try to get back home. It's
All right,
Jay-
love you too. Talk soon.
Bye.
Mark Kibble,
Yes, sir.
what is happening, sir?
Oh, man. You know what we're doing. We're just surviving. We're doing this
Man,
stuff.
it's good to have you here. Welcome to the platform, sir.
Oh, man, I'm so happy to be here. I absolutely enjoyed you too.
Oh man, listen, Avery is a ball, Doc. She is a ball.
I knew it. I said, okay, I have to come behind all that excitement. I better take about 3-5 hours or something. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Oh my God. No, Doc. Listen, your story in and of itself is compelling. I was just telling the story. I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I was just telling a little bit about the story of how I came to hear Take Six the first time. I was saying that Jonathan Dubose bought the record while we were out with the Hawkins family. And he was like, dude, have you heard this? Because Jonathan and I both have an affinity for chords. We love chords.
As do I.
Yes, we love chords. So I had never heard a group sing what I play. And you guys were so fluid with it that it just took me out. I was like, now I got to go back to the drawing board and learn what they're doing.
Oh, please, man.
Now, before I even get there, who is Mark Kibble? What is the start of your journey? What is the start of your journey?
Start of my journey. Well, you know, of course, it starts with me being born. I was born.
Of course.
I was born.
Of course.
No,
Let's get that out the way.
My parents, I'm a PK. Dad's a minister, and my mom played the organ for him. Played piano for him. Both of them are singers. My dad always directed a choir, but my dad loved quartet music. When my mom was playing the organ and when she was practicing, I would go behind her and, you know, and try to play too. And you talk about Edwin Hawkins. Well, my dad being a minister, he was kind of a avant-garde renegade of a minister. And you know, when everybody was trying to be conservative, he brought in "Oh Happy Day."
Wow.
"Oh Happy Day." That's right.
Wow.
And that was the first song I ever played. I said,
Are
I
you
like
serious?
so much. I was like 4 years old.
Wow.
And played that song. And he's playing "Oh Happy Day." I was like, I am? Is that what I'm doing? I had no idea.
So prior to Oakwood, did you have formal training?
I took 2 years of piano, but that was it.
Man, that's my story. I only took 2 years of piano.
Now that is unbelievable.
I only took 2 years of piano.
So that you are.
Listen.
And 2 years.
2 years. I had a piano teacher for 2 years. Her name was Vera Jelks. And the thing with Vera Jelks, she taught me gospel. Her thing, she used to write out gospel progressions, right? She had names for them. For them. So 3C was bang, 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 bang. You know what I'm talking about? That was 3C. So whatever key you in, 3C, boom, 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 boom. But she would write out gospel hymns with the progression, F1, F2, F3, and all of those meant something. And then she tried to teach me theory. I wasn't interested in theory because I knew I could play by ear. So I was driving hard down that street. And after 2 years.
That was my problem. My teacher, she was trying to teach me to read.
Yes.
But as I would hear it, I'd play it by ear, and I wasn't reading.
It was over.
Once I heard it, I already knew what I was going to do.
That's it.
So she was like, you go back, and she put new stuff in front of me that I had no clues to force me to read.
Wow.
So,
well, see, I would trick her. I would trick my teacher. I would say, I got the first half because I heard it. And then she would play the second half, and I come back next week, and I got the whole lesson.
Uh-huh.
because I remembered the lesson. But
Exactly.
it stunted me and forced me then to have to go back and learn it later. So you know
That's
what I mean?
right.
I wish I'd have got it earlier.
That's right. Well, that leads me into, another phase of one of the most important phases of my beginnings is that, my dad was pastoring in Boston, and they moved him to Buffalo, New York. Buffalo, New York is that church there, and I'm of the Seventh-day Adventist background.
Yes.
That church in Buffalo was so pregnant with music. It was just absolutely phenomenal. And when I got there, there was so much going on and so much spirit that I exploded.
Yeah.
It absolutely blew my mind. I was 6 years old when I got there.
Wow.
But there was so much going on. And the likes of Brian McKnight came out of there.
Wow.
And the Mike McKnight family is a Willis family. They're all singers, all of them. And their dad, their grandfather, grandfather Willis, he went after the music of Duke Ellington.
Wow.
He was so phenomenal. He led one of the choirs. There were 3 choirs there. Back, and this is back in 70. 1970.
Okay.
3 choirs there. There were trios there. There were quartets. And my dad always, he loved quartet music. My grandfather.
Now, your father was the pastor at that time?
He came as a pastor at that time.
Wow.
And, because he was so steeped in quartet music, I heard that all the time. But hearing Edwin Hawkins and then going to Buffalo and hearing them just do all that stuff, they were doing all of it. That just completely opened me up. And, who knew? I had no idea that I would be a musician. I just knew I had it in me.
So what was your role in that situation when you first got there? Were you still playing or starting to play at that point?
I was starting to play. I think, I came there in 2nd grade, and I got with 3 other people, family, 2 girls and a dude, and we did our first quartet song by ourselves.
Wow. So that started your group think.
That started the whole thing. And when I was there, I helped to write the school song.
Yeah.
I think I was probably in 6th grade, and I was playing the piano and came up with the idea for the school song, and everybody helped to write the words to it. So the class wrote the school song.
Oh, that's amazing.
First song that I ever wrote.
That's amazing. And that was age what?
That I was in probably 6th grade. So, you're looking at 11, 12 years old, something like that.
So that is such a far cry from the Mark Kibble we know today. And this is 40-year anniversary, yes?
That's for me, because I actually started singing in this group in 1980.
So congratulations. That's amazing in and of itself. But nobody wakes up with the mindset of, I'm going to be in a group.
Yeah.
Most people start the thought process with, I'm going to be in the front.
No, man, I was, and funny for me, I was always a group kind of person,
Wow.
I like camaraderie. You ask me to sing a solo, I'll be shaking in my boots.
Okay. So there's a comfort level there. Level.
Yeah. You got people that you can lean on all the time. That turned out.
But you didn't take the easy route for a group. You took a route that is really unparalleled. We talked about being unexampled earlier with Avery, and unprecedented. You guys did something that Manhattan Transfer didn't do. You just kept taking it to another level. Let's talk about that moment. I guess it was the audition in the bathroom where you heard this harmony coming out of the bathroom, or was it? I'm not sure if those 2 moments are conjoined.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear them in the bathroom, or the audition happened in the bathroom?
They were already doing a very familiar quartet song. This is Claude McKnight and 3 other guys. They were getting ready to perform at this particular hall. And
this was Gentlemen Estates, though. This was Gentlemen Estates or Alliance?
State Quartet, yeah.
Okay.
So this before it became Alliance. For somebody who knows this history, look at them.
Come on, sir.
Already. So yeah, they were about to perform. right there in that auditorium, and I heard them practicing in the bathroom, and I actually recognized Claude's voice because he's a Buffalo guy.
Yeah.
And this is down in Oakwood in Huntsville, Alabama. Oakwood
Yes.
University now. So I heard them singing. I knew the song, and I knew how to add another part that I had always heard. So I just went and started singing the fifth part. And they were like, dude, what are you doing? That sounds good. Okay, you got to sing with us that night. So I went up with and sang with them that very night, and then started arranging for them. I said, okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Where were they getting songs from prior to that?
It was just traditional gospel.
Okay. Okay. So nothing original, nothing unique.
Nothing original. Nothing. Yeah. This is traditional stuff that many groups had done. My grandfather went to that same school. He sang in a quartet and probably did the same song. They've been doing it for that long. So what you brought to the group that particular night, let's go from the origin all the way up. What you brought to the group that night was not a SATB. You went and found another part to add to the harmonies. That's right.
Consistently through the song, not just in the hooks.
Consistently through the song, just because I had always heard it. I said, okay. And when the traditional songs I had heard before, I was singing the fifth part when when I was listening to it. Yeah. So when coming in there, I was like, okay, why not? And
then you also brought Mervyn Warren to the group.
That's right. Because back then I figured, well, there's some structure to this thing. You can always do a 4-part background.
True.
Jazz harmonies.
True.
A bass, and then top it off with a lead. So
you got to have at least those 6 pieces.
You got to have the 6 pieces to do that. That's what I was hearing in my head. I said, okay, we need 6 people to do this. Let's do this with 6 people.
So you coming into the group after the group was already established, because I guess you showed your street cred by being able to add something, you add value.
Yeah.
So you didn't get any pushback from Claude at all about?
No. He was like, okay, you do something else.
Yeah.
What else you got? You got any more tricks in your bag? Yeah, of course.
So the group, when you first joined, it then changed to Alliance?
Yeah, and right after that, we became Alliance. We had to come up with a name that was kind of different.
For the 5 people now.
5 people,
And then when did it move to being Take 6?
It didn't take long, because I probably did maybe 3 or 4 arrangements, and then I said, we need to do a 6-part song. So let's bring Merv in. And I knew, Merv and I had actually worked when I was in high school together in other groups. So he was a phenomenal writer and arranger already. And I knew that bringing him in, he's going to add some, a lot more to the whole pie. So, he knew what was up. And
now everybody in the group plays?
Not at that time.
Okay.
Now they do. Now everybody plays. They play an instrument, some type of instrument. So, but back then, and there were always 3 solid members: Mervyn, Claude, and myself. The other 3 came and went until 1985.
Really?
Yeah, we were.
So Cedric Dent.
He came in 1985.
And who's the other guy? The tall, light-skinned guy.
That's David
Thomas. Yeah. And who's the other 6? Who's the other one?
Alvin Shea. He was the bass.
Alvin Shea. Okay.
All of them came in 1985. So,
wow.
Yeah, the rest of them, they were all kind of interchangeable kind of people. There was always there was somebody that was probably doing the 4th part down, and he was like the guy the drummer that explodes.
Yeah.
He's in and out. Oh, we got to find.
Now your brother Joey. Now I don't want to get ahead of myself, but your brother Joey came to the group later on.
That's right. When Mervyn decided that he wanted to do movies and have an LA career, and he said, "Oh, I'm done with the group." That was 1990. At the end of 90, Joey came in.
How was that? How was the emotional content of the group when he made that decision?
Well, we were all like,
because you guys were already established. You'd already won multiple Grammys.
That's right.
World stage.
We were like, well, can we continue to do this? And and there was the big question. And I was like, yeah, we can continue because, even though Mervyn he's a writer and arranger and everything, so am I.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I could still do this.
Sure.
And then we also had Cedric Dent, who was obviously a super accomplished musician as well.
Professor.
We could handle it. We just had to find the person to fill the shoes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, don't try to be Merv. Bring yourself. And that's exactly what Joey did. He brought a whole new flavor and a whole new spirit, which something that God knew that the group needed.
It was fresh.
And he brought it, and that lasted.
So post Oakwood, because you guys had not recorded yet, correct?
We recorded after I finished Oakwood. No. Alliance actually recorded while we were in Oakwood. We did a pre-project as Alliance.
Okay.
And
where's that project?
Some of those songs, yeah, that it exists, and some of those songs that we do on our first project, which is actually not so much to say, Avery. It is self-titled Take Six.
Right.
Some of those songs are actually
right. That's the one with the sticks. That's right.
Yeah. So that was the first group, and we actually did do that project while we were still at Oakwood.
Now that one did not receive national acclaim, though.
That one did not get the national acclaim. It was that one that we did in '87 when we actually became Take Six.
Yeah. I recorded at the 21 Grand in Nashville. They made sure that they told me that they built the surround sound room for you guys.
I remember that studio.
Oh, I love that studio. I love that studio. I cut live strings there for a couple of artists, but he took me in the surround sound room and played me some of the stuff.
Yeah. I remember when they decided they were going to do that. That's right.
I was done. So take me along the journey. You guys decide to do this eclectic style. We
didn't know it was eclectic.
It was just common for you.
This is just what we do. This is what we wanted to do.
But you said, it evolved though, because you said it started with just quartet.
That's right. As soon as we started adding the fifth parts, what we were doing were traditionally not acceptable in quartet music. We were doing jazz stuff.
Yeah. You flipped genres.
That's right. We actually joined two genres because we were doing gospel music.
Yeah.
And we were taking the same kind of stuff that Singers Unlimited and the High-Lows do and putting that with the spirit of gospel music.
That's true.
So that, in essence, was, the flavor of what we were doing, and nobody else had done that before.
Yeah, when we first heard that first record, everybody was asking, so is this a gospel group? Yeah. I was like, no, they're a little more than a gospel group. They're a little more than a gospel group. They're giving us the Andre flavor and all of that, but they got this jazz thing that's going so hard. But then you were doing Negro spirituals as well. You were all over the place. So I just looked at it as unfettered, just like whatever. We just gonna go after it and just keep creating stuff. And you'll figure it out along the journey. Y'all will figure it out. Not you guys, but we, the audience.
We didn't know. We just were doing what we love to do.
Y'all were just being creative.
Let's do it the way we hear it.
So take me in the studio, Mark.
We were doing something that was going to be as that kind of flavor would be such an impactful thing on the world. We didn't know.
Take me in the studio. You guys decide we're going to do this record. What is a process for Take Six? What does that process even look like? Because it sounds like let me tell you what I think it is.
Okay.
And I'm probably so far off, but what I think it is somebody maps it out. Somebody has to map it out because it can't just live in your head. So somebody either plays it out full or plays it out in parts. And then you guys start dissecting it. And then you start tracking it. But I think I'm off because you guys have such great synergy. So tell me, what's the process?
I'm not telling.
See, I know there's some secret sauce. Don't tell me all the secret sauce.
I'm so playing.
Don't tell me all the secret sauce.
I'm just, I'm playing. We know how to do this. But you have to know the process has evolved over the years.
I'm sure.
Originally, we were, we had to sit around a piano because, nobody was writing out a chart. We would literally sit around the piano. I'd play the chords, and I'd say, "Okay, you sing this, you sing this, you sing this," and section at a time, learn the song completely before we ever went to a studio.
Yes.
So, but now, you know, we evolved to and integrated a sequencer.
Yes. Yes.
'Cause originally, what we had to do was set just so that we would stay in rhythm and stay on key for the recording. We had to
Yes.
set a click
Yeah.
and set a tone that we stick with.
Yeah.
You know, so everybody stays on key. We don't drift.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
Because
know?
you guys are perfectly, the tuning
Yeah.
is, and this is pre-auto tune. This is
That's right.
pre-auto tune.
Wait, you know, I can't even use auto tune because, you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't know what that
It'll
process is. We
color
did
your
it the
voice
first
too
time.
much. It'll
So
color
yeah,
your voice too much.
exactly. So, you know, I learned how to tune without being autoed. So,
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
anyway, um, um, once we learned that we could sequence, we would literally sequence out the whole arrangement and follow that.
Now, when you say arrangement, are you speaking of the individual parts? Would somebody
Yeah.
take that time to painstakingly go through?
Well, all we needed was the chords, because once we know what the chords are, then we can, you know, say, you know, if one person sings the top part, number
Yeah.
2, number 3, number 4, and so on and so forth, and we follow that basically.
Okay.
You know, unless somebody's taking the lead, then we can switch off, and then number 2 takes number 1. You know, just it's logical stuff. You know, so
How do you remember all of the parts, man?
well, the sequencer helps you do that.
Yeah.
You know, but originally, man, this stuff goes on in my head. You know, you know what you want to do in your head, and for me, I hear it all before I ever get to a keyboard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, and the keyboard is just okay, fine tuning. Okay, this if
Extension
we're
of the mind.
you need to do this here in order to achieve that.
Yeah.
So, so the sequencer absolutely helps us do that and helps us to map it out. And, you know, and now I can literally record the whole thing before anybody else gets on it. So, you know, and especially
now, do you sing it? You mean singing it all the way through?
sing all the parts, sing everything all the way through. So, wow. So now because we are, you know, living all over the country, 3 guys in LA, 1 in Orlando, Joey lives around the corner from me, but we're not in one city. So there's no coming together to do this. So we literally can say, okay, we're going to record this. I'm going to record everybody's part. Just sing my part. Sing what I give you, and we'll get it done, you know?
So you sing, you do it in a multi-track situation, and then you separate it and send them their part.
That's right. Or just, you know, I'll send them the whole thing, but you follow my part.
Now, are you meticulous with putting the main arrangement on one side and their part on the left side, that type of stuff?
For rehearsal purposes, that's, you know, we definitely do that. You know, when you're trying to learn it, after we recorded it, then one person's part is on one side and everybody else is on the other side.
Yeah,
you know? Or it's just highlighted some kind of way, you know. But you know, you always have to hear the whole so that you know where to fit in.
No question.
Part fits in.
Now, you said it lives in your head before it gets to the microphone, before it gets to the singers and all.
That's
Do you ever find a place of frustration because you got so much going on in your mind, you're trying to get it all out?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, but you know, and then I really just have to be patient with myself. Cause you know, I get writer's block too.
Yeah.
I get, you know, sometimes when I feel like it can be way better than it is, but you know, it's gotten to a point I have to leave it for a while and just, you know, let it sit, come back to it with some new energy, you know. That happens, you know.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, I'll do an initial recording with an artist, and then usually I don't like going back to the song for maybe a month. I mean, it's just because if you're not careful, you'll finish it, but it won't really be finished.
Yeah, exactly. You have to let it
just rush through to get to the process. Yeah. So I don't mind taking that time. And then when you're listening with fresh ears. There's a fresh energy, a fresh, you know, excitement about the song again. And now you're pulling different sounds and all of this kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
You know, I go back and like, okay, you were whack right there. You need to change that. But what were you thinking?
So how long, because of your process being a little different than a bunch of instrumentalists coming together or musicians coming together with instruments, how long does it take for you guys to actually finish the record?
It really depends. It you know, it depends. No, and one song, it can go as fast as 48 hours.
You got to be kidding
It can be really fast depending on what it is.
Yeah.
And other songs, you know, it might take 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah.
You know, just depending on, you know, where we want to stop with it, you know, go back and revisit, you know.
And that's another thing, because it's all voice. There is no matching that has to happen. If you stop and come back 3 weeks later,
there is always matching.
Yeah, because that's not like a tonation on a guitar. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. You know, you come back and you're on a different mic, you know. But you can, you know, it's not so critical that if you get into you know, using pretty much the same mic, you know, you're in the same room, it's gonna sound the same. It's fine, especially when you meld all the voices together, you know. But you know, there we have to be careful of stuff like that for sure.
Now, what about live? How do you guys deal with it live? You're not just using stock SM57s or something, are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Here we are.
Are you really?
Yep.
But you're not. Let's get this straight.
We use in-ears. We do use.
But you guys are not using any backing tracks except for maybe instruments on some of the songs.
Yeah, we have. We use instrumental backing tracks sometimes.
Right.
But for our voice, no, it's all just us. And
so you have an engineer who knows you like the back of his hand.
Yeah, we have a pool of engineers that we can go to. There's one we know of, 2 guys in Europe, and maybe 3 guys here in the United States. If one can't make it, you know, we got somebody else we can pull in. But they're tried and true. They know us, and they know.
So how is it that we still get that same sound live that you guys can produce in the studio? How does that happen?
Well, I tell you what, it takes a lot of practice. You know, you got to be dead on, and we've done this for a long time, so we're kind of used to how to make ourselves work. And you know, we're not perfect. We will mess up out there sometimes. You know, and
most of us won't catch it though. Most people won't catch it.
We hope you don't. But I tell you what, there've been times that, you know, something strange happens in our ears that the audience can't hear, and we all do it.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Oh, sorry.
Right.
So it happens, you know. But you know, by God's grace, we've still been out there, and you know, He blesses us every time. You know,
still one of the most prolific groups in history, man. I'm floored.
You're very kind, bro. We're just so grateful to be out here. That's nothing but the grace of God. Nothing.
Phenomenal. And I told you we got something we got to do together. I'm working on a piece we got to do together.
You keep saying that.
Oh, I'm serious. I'm very serious about that.
I know, for listeners, he said that how many years ago?
But it's a new day. It's a new day now.
I actually believe him.
Oh, it's a new day now. And the secret for me is to try to find the right song, because I can't put you on something too simple.
I trust you.
It's got to be. I got a song in mind, and it may just turn out to be one of the things that we just work together to finish it.
I'm an all in, man.
I know you are.
You know,
it's going to be a moment. That's all I got to say.
Jumping down the road, I'll go down to Atlanta in a heartbeat. So it's going
to be a moment. So it's just a matter of time. It's just a matter of time. Okay, I'm coming down your street. I just got to make sure I got the Brinks truck with me when I get there.
Hey,
so yeah, we got that covered.
Thank you, Lord. Thank you.
So let's talk about, before the Quest days, where were you? What label were you with before you got to Quest? Because we all know about the Quest thing, and all of us just like celebrated you guys profusely when we found out about that piece.
Yeah. We were we started off on it was Warner, but it was Reprise.
Warner Reprise.
Warner Reprise.
Were they based in Nashville?
They were based in Nashville. Yeah. We got our deal in Nashville from Jim Ed Norman, who was over the country division of Warner.
Wow.
They had to literally create a label for us. At first, they didn't have a way to distribute it, so we went to Reunion Records.
Wow.
You remember Reunion?
I do.
Yeah, so that was a distributor to the gospel community because they had no idea how to get it there.
Unbelievable.
Reprise was to the rest of the world, you know. So they literally created Warner Alliance based on our first name.
Unbelievable.
That's
So
right.
they said, let's just run with that. That makes sense.
That's right. So
That's unbelievable.
yeah.
So how long were you elsewhere before you hit Quest Records?
Wow. Well, I don't. It seemed like we only did one under Quest because most of it was just Warner, and
Okay.
Quest is under Warner. So
Okay.
So that Warner was the parent label, and we probably did our first 11 albums with them.
Amazing.
At least it was quite a few. And the structure had changed so much over the years. We saw everything change from their whole regime. They fired everybody and brought in new people, and
Unbelievable.
and then the industry changed. So
Yeah.
whole thing.
Well, that's a whole nother question. How much has this industry change affected you guys?
Oh man, well it actually affects how you make your money.
The sales, especially, yes.
Sales, album sales, that's a thing of the past.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It-
How much label involvement do you have right now? Because I know labels are almost extinct as well.
They are, and we've discovered, we have our own label, Take Six Records. We can do an album on our own. We've
That's
done
good.
it. What you need though is the structure to get it out there. Then that's what the record label brings to the table.
Exactly.
They put their money behind promotion.
The muscle. That's the muscle.
That's the muscle. You've got a machine because it takes a whole lot to get stuff out there. And the bottom line is, for us, and I think for most people now, a project is basically advertisement for a show.
It is. The goal is the show.
The goal is now the show.
Yeah, the goal is the show.
To make sure that people hear you and they're aware of what you're doing, and
they buy the ticket.
And they buy the ticket and they come. And then you can sell product.
And merch.
And merch, But that basic thing is, to keep your name value up there, it helps to have something to put out. And everybody puts it out. How do they put it out now? Internet, you just
social media. Coming soon. Everything's coming soon.
That's right.
John Q. Public. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
John Q. Public, when they hear the name Quincy Jones, they think that you guys are sitting in a room with Quincy and you guys are, he's signing you to the deal and you guys are sitting there and working on the record ID and all of that, versus it being a parent situation. Tell them a little bit about how that works.
Well, I'll tell you what. The good thing is that we actually did sit in the room with Quincy Jones while he was doing his Back on the Block album.
And you guys beasted that record.
Album. Yeah, we actually did. Yeah, oh man, what an honor to be just.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. That's history right there. With all
the way you all did it though. You guys like showed up like a breath, like angels in the room, breath of fresh air in the middle of a song type. And then he gave you the little acapella moment as well. I was like,
Yeah, I appreciate Quincy because Quincy has the vision.
He does.
He has the vision how to put all those artists together. He
does. That was phenomenal.
We're honored to be able to sing with Ella Fitzgerald and Sarah Vaughan before they passed away.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm just like,
that's on my docket to listen to all the rest of the day.
Hey, that's what it's all about. Putting those people together and to just be in that, we were so honored and we were caught in headlights for the whole thing.
But listen, you guys deserve to be in the fray. It wasn't like he just pulled somebody on the artist end. You guys deserve. I'm gonna tell you another song that was transforming for me was U-Turn.
Oh yeah.
I'm a keyboard guy. Joe is my guy. He's my guy.
Our guy.
Oh. So I'm living in California, and this song comes on the air. I was outdone. It was the best of Joe, but then for him to marry the best of Take Six on the song and give us a lyric that was phenomenal. The stylings that you guys bring to the table, oh my God. I listened to the song 1,000 times. 1,000 times.
I thank God for those moments because he gives us the inspiration to go in and write words like that.
So you got an instrumental track.
He gave us the instrumental track and we went together with, I think Mervin, Claude, and myself and BB Winans.
Wow, I didn't know BB was on that.
He helped us write the lyrics to that.
I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that in the credits. Oh my God.
Yep. He was one of the writers on that. So
BB is also a bridge. He's a connector. Was he part of the bridge and connecting you two?
No.
Okay.
We just brought him in because we actually did a lot of gigs with BB and CC back in our early days.
Yeah.
So we were hanging out together a lot, and let's write the song.
How's that process? Because many of us don't like to write with a lot of people. How's that process?
Well, you gotta, somebody comes in with a hook. None of us had a hook when we said, let's do this. But we started to think, okay, what do we want to talk about?
Right. So the song title was not U-Turn.
We didn't know what the song title was going to be.
It was just a track.
Yeah, just a track.
Okay.
People said, you know what? Let's talk about change for the better.
Yeah.
How to do that. You want in one direction and you want to do something better. You're going down the road, let's make a U-turn. So the whole thing's let's start talking about that.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the road of life.
Wow.
And how you do something better and change for the better. How do you make, this situation good when it's bad? When you're going the wrong way. What do you have to do to go the right way?
Yeah, you make a U-turn. Oh my God.
That way. So that's what the whole song is about. But it's not just about traveling. It's about life. And
so when you're feeling low, you got to undergo
how you think.
A simple change of heart.
Yeah, that's right.
Put some latitude
in your attitude.
Come on, sir.
You go.
Listen. Phenomenal. That song is phenomenal. That's an uplifting song for anybody, any day of the week. Any day.
God.
It's lasting. It's a lasting principle.
Kev,
and let me ask you this. Was it, I can't remember on the record, was it the letter U or the word U?
The letter U. Because
it could easily also have been the word U.
Well, we wanted it to, when you see U-turn on a sign.
Yeah.
It says U.
It's the U, yeah.
The letter.
Recognizability.
That literally does exactly what you need to do.
That's good look.
The letter U
That's a good look.
Direction,
Your experience with Al Jarreau.
Oh, man. Al Jarreau is like my uncle.
Now, what song? Because I don't know if I've heard that song.
We did several with him.
Okay.
We did several with him. We did one on his Christmas project, and he did one with us, 7 Steps to Heaven. I'm going back in the vault today. I'm going in the vault. Miles Davis, and we brought Al in to do that.
My God.
But, the biggest thing that happened between us and Al is Al took us out on his very first tour back in 1989.
Are you serious?
That huge tour that he was on, he was going all over the place, and he was doing all of his major hits, and he literally showed us the ropes of being on the road.
I love it. We
can't thank him enough. And, I got a closer connection because my dad knew Al Jarreau.
Oh, my God.
He knew Al Jarreau. He was like, Al Jarreau was at junior camp, and my dad was his counselor.
Oh, that's crazy. So you had the conversation.
Oh yeah. We talk all the time. We would, and he called me up and he just starts singing. One time he called me up. He said, "Oh, what a beautiful city! Oh, what a beautiful city! Oh, what a beautiful city! 12 games." I was like,
that is hilarious.
He didn't even tell me who he was. I just knew.
That's hilarious, dude. That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, man. So we would talk all the time, and he always asked about my dad, and of course, the musical stuff.
Phenomenal.
We have so much to thank him for.
Yeah.
Because not only was he a great musician out there, but he was so personal.
Yeah.
He gave from his heart. If you ever met him, that person, there's so much love there.
Sure.
He's going to welcome you in.
I think those kind of people are the best because there's balance. Yeah. They have balance.
That's right.
What we see a lot in social media, we see an imbalance. We really don't see true balance. That's why I love when you and your wife are posting pictures and real pictures of personal moments. You know what I mean?
Her for that.
I know, right? I know, right? But it shows balance. And Tony and I try to do the same thing with the family, man. It's critical.
Man, I love what you guys post too.
Oh man. The world wants to see it.
I'm proud of your kids.
Oh man,
they are absolutely incredible.
Listen, I'm gonna drop something that most people don't know, and I'm only telling this for our viewers right now and those that see this around the world. Taylor, right?
Yes.
Taylor did a picture of Nipsey Hussle, right?
Yes, I believe I saw that.
Hear me when I tell you, it's on Lauren London's wall.
That's what I'm talking about.
She sent it last week. It was purchased, and
amazing.
It's on Lauren London's wall.
See, but that girl is so beyond incredible. She is so beyond.
Oh my God, Mark, we were in Europe. I was over there doing some work on a military base, doing some workshops and speaking engagements. And I have pictures of her at 6 years old. She had her art tablet in the picture like it was a Grammy. We taking the family picture and she has that art tablet. I got pictures of us on the channel going from Paris to London.
Oh my God.
And she wouldn't even look up. She just looked up from drawing, sitting on the train.
She's amazing.
She's been at it for years, man.
She is so beyond
been
amazing.
At it for years. And you got to see her older brother's work. I don't know if you've seen Philip's work.
I've seen it.
It's just ridiculous.
You see, look.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's
man.
all y'all.
Hey, man, it's in the DNA. It's in the DNA.
It must be. That's creativity right there.
Highlights. We talked about some highlights. What is the most memorable thing? Give me the top 3 most memorable things from your career.
Oh my goodness. Well,
on this journey.
It's always, well, sitting in there with Quincy Jones.
That's got to be up there, yeah.
That's way up there.
Yeah.
I'll never forget the first time that, we were talking about working on the project, and he brought us to his house.
Wow.
in Bel Air. And we literally sat around a keyboard. He showed us the song that he wanted to work on, and we literally started playing right there. But the knowledge and wisdom that he dropped on us while we were at that house.
I can only imagine.
Unforgettable.
I can only imagine.
Unforgettable. That stuff right there,
Yeah.
And, it was right there that he said, you know what? You might think that you're great, but the moments that you think that you are great, you have stopped.
That's good. That's good.
Never stop learning.
That's it, man. Ever a student.
Never stop.
Forever student. Yes, sir.
Ever, right there. And that just,
Yeah.
We were just drinking it up.
Yeah. Because it's easy to really think that you've plateaued in this industry.
Yeah.
You get the opportunities, you get the gigs, you get the money and things of that nature, and then you find yourself doing the same record all over again because you're not growing anymore. You got
to continue to take it in, continue to create, continue to flow from your heart.
Yeah.
We as musicians, a real musician will always do music.
Yeah.
Always. You can't stop. We can't help ourselves.
You can't, man. You can't.
So my thing is, I just attach that to the fact that God put this in me.
That's right.
He put it in me. He put this he gave me what I was supposed to give to the world.
That's right.
And I'm just going to honor him, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to honor him by no matter what happens in my life, I will continue to put this stuff out.
I love it.
Continue to just be the vessel. We've always been about spreading love.
Wow.
One of our, you talk about what we need right now.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
When everybody's spreading a corona, we need to spread love.
Spread love, man.
That's what it's all about, and so that means that, I don't care what walk of life you come from, you're going to get a dose of God's love when you encounter us or when you encounter me.
That's true. Yeah.
Because that's what I'm going to give to you. I'm just going to be the one that says, okay, here's God's arms.
Sure.
Let's put them around you. That's where it comes from. That's
where
all this inspiration comes from.
What's your most requested song?
Most requested song. Yeah. That probably Mary Don't You Weep.
Yeah.
Probably Mary Don't You Weep.
Yeah.
That's one of the favorites that we do. But one of the songs that we always do, probably almost every show, is a song that I wrote called I've Got Life.
Mm.
And it comes from, I think it's 2 Corinthians 4:8-12.
Okay.
So, but I tell you what, that one is probably one that not only do we sing all the time, but takes me through every situation.
Wow.
You know, troubled on every side, yet not distressed.
Yes, sir.
I be in despair.
Yes, sir.
But you know,
Persecuted,
not but
yeah. Cast down, but not
cast
destroyed.
down, but not
Yeah.
destroyed.
Yeah.
Why?
Come
Because
on.
I got life in Jesus.
Yes, sir. That's good stuff.
That's what it's all about, you know. That's what the world needs to hear right now. And
Truly.
you know, trust me when I say I'm joyful when I'm saying it.
Truly, truly.
Yeah.
What would you want to share with somebody who's questing to do something phenomenal that may just on the road or just feel discouraged and not want to keep moving forward, man?
I always tell them this, that, you know, there's only one you in the world.
Mm-hmm.
You got something in you that nobody else can give.
Yeah.
And people want to hear what you have to give.
Yeah.
So make sure that whatever you give is from your own heart and your own soul.
That's good stuff.
Be you.
Yeah.
Give you. Perfect you.
Yes, sir.
You know, work hard to make you something that everybody wants to hear. But in the end, that's what they need.
Yeah.
You know, because there you can be a carbon copy of everybody. And trust me, the carbon copies will only go so far.
That's true.
You bring something, you know, that comes from your own soul out there,
Yeah.
and give it with everything you've got. That's what people want to hear. That's what the
That's it.
world needs to hear. They want to hear that from you.
That's it.
You know, when you know you've got something that everybody needs, it gives you confidence to share it.
That's true. That's very true.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're questioning about what you're about to give, then yeah, you'd be shaking in your boots.
That's right. That's right.
But you know, y'all need to hear what I'm about to say.
Yeah. I got something to say.
Server.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
much to say.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. That's what, and so, you know, let God give it to you.
Yes, sir.
Give it with all you got.
How many records you guys have done?
I know it's at least, I've lost count because
Yeah.
it's 16, 17 records. Yeah.
How many copies sold?
Oh man, no, I really don't know that. But you know, the first one we know sold 1.2 mil.
Yeah.
Second and third went gold. So you know, it's probably somewhere up around the 2.53 million. So
Amazing. What an amazing journey. Mark, what an amazing journey. I'm delighted to be able to call you friend. I feel like I could shoot you a text message and know I get a response.
oh, you know it. Are you kidding me? You like, what? Give it on. Like,
Listen,
absolutely.
and yeah, I'm coming down your lane. I'm actually just gathering the rest of the songs. I'm about to do this solo thing and drop some music.
Solo thing.
I've been holding on for years. I've been holding on to music for years.
All right, now.
Yeah, I've been holding on to it for years, and some instrumental, some vocal, all of that, some of everything. I'm just having fun, man. I'm having fun. I'm in a fun place.
Good. I cannot wait to hear
Yeah.
what your voice sounds like.
Oh man, I have fun. I have fun. I live in my zone, and I'm in my studio every day. I work in my studio every day.
Yeah, I admire people like you.
I do something every day. My gear never goes off. Never goes off. Matter of fact, I was doing an arrangement for another indie artist yesterday that could be on a movie soundtrack, you know, and constantly pushing boundaries, man. I love the new technology. I love the new electronic stuff. And
Yeah.
And I've married all of that with my racks worth of equipment that I've had through the years that I never got rid of.
Right,
So now all of it is talking. It's like this big network of stuff. Man, I'm having a blast. There's no limitations.
I see that. And what I really do admire about you is that it's not just music. You are so enterprising with all kinds of other things. You know, all these new ventures that you're doing, man. That blows my mind. You know, you got time and energy for all that. See,
you know what? I heard
people like him are really special because they have extra energy. They got an extra gear that they go to get all this extra stuff done.
Oh my God.
I'm not sure I have that.
I've
But,
always been a
yeah.
dreamer, Mark. I've always been a dreamer, and I've always thought of different things. I have ideas running through my head all day long, literally. I just don't have time to do them all.
Yeah.
So what I have to do is when I have downtime, I launch another one. And I tell people all the time, every 3 to 5 years, I recreate myself and always do something else. And if not change directions, I add something else to what I do.
I'm taking notes.
Yeah, I always add something else to what I do. And I do the same thing with my studio.
Yeah.
You get bored with creating the same way.
Yes.
So what I'll do is tear the studio completely down. Every wire, every chord,
Okay.
and change everything. Okay?
You
So,
don't put anything back the way that it used to be? Nothing?
well, eventually you have to hook some of the things back, but everything is now in a different place
Wow.
because it
Okay.
creates new energy.
What about that?
See?
Okay.
Yeah. And then you force yourself, say for instance, like everybody was using the MPC for a long time, right?
Right.
Now they got Logic. Now they got, Pro Tools been around. I was on Pro Tools in oh my God, I started at Pro Tools at version 2.
Wow.
And they're on version 13 or something now.
Yeah.
So I remember buying version 3 back in 90.
Wow.
But I started on it before that. Pro Tools used to be 2 different programs. You used to record in one and then edit in another one. So you had to export it out and then edit the 2-track only.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's when I started on Pro Tools. So I've seen all of this reiteration and all of this change, integration, all of this, man. I was there when MIDI started. I was there.
Me too.
Yes. So when I see everybody on stage with laptops now, I'm laughing because most of these guys is just up there for the look. They ain't touching the laptop the whole gig.
Yeah, it doesn't just push play.
They ain't doing nothing with the laptop. You want to impress me? Show me how you're integrating with the laptop. Let me see that piece.
Hello.
And then let me see you turn the laptop off and then kill the gig.
See, that now you're talking.
Take all of the crutches away. So yeah, man, it's a great journey, man. And I felt like, I've worked on everybody's records through the years. My God, I think I've worked on over 250 records.
I believe that.
Over 2,500 songs.
Well,
it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
When I get my Brinks truck together, I'll be calling you to work on my project.
Oh my God, today. Listen, we're going to work together and we're going to work together very soon. I'm looking forward to it.
Where are you?
You are one of my favorites. You're my favorites as a person, as a man, somebody who loves his family, loves his wife. I think that's wonderful. And somebody who has excelled in his craft.
Likewise.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
You and your entire family, man.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Listen, I thank you for being here with us today, man.
Oh, are you kidding, man? I told you. You call, I'm answering.
Listen,
Ain't no
this
question.
was phenomenal. This was phenomenal. And I'm glad we were able to hear your story firsthand. It's nice to be able to read some things, but it's nice to also hear it firsthand.
Oh, man. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, man.
Indeed.
Share some love. That's what it's all about.
Indeed. Spread love. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What's up? What's on the horizon for Take 6? When can we look for something new?
Well, we're all kind of waiting for the doors to open back up to get something, out on the road. Right now, we've been doing the stuff that everybody else has been doing stuff online, sending tracks around to, keep music flowing. But we also want to make an impact on what's going on right now. So we have a few things that we'll be putting out, a few songs that we've done the videos for, to just encourage people. We redid Spread Love, and we're asking some people, if you want, we're sending out stems of tracks so that you can jump on it and bring your version of Spread Love. And let that go. You'll see that. That's coming.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
That's
phenomenal.
You want to be a part of that, let me know, because I'll just
send it on this way. Of course, I'd love to be a part of that. That'll be
come on, man. We'll do it. I'll send you the stems.
Oh my God, that'll be phenomenal. Yes, sir.
It's gonna be a worldwide thing. We'll have we already have likes of Jacob Collier coming on there, and I know Stevie's gonna be on there. So
of course.
So anybody that wants to join this, tell the world to spread love.
I love it. I love it. That's phenomenal.
And then we've also done, you know, A Quiet Place.
Okay.
Video of that, just, you know, because people need that. People need
Sure.
peace. They need a little bit of
Sure.
God's love
Sure.
to
Sure.
bring that peace for them that they need right now.
Ah, that's another one of my favorites. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my God. You guys, Christmas record, that's another one of the all times.
Oh, thanks, man.
That thing spends every year, and then Tony listens to Christmas music all year long. All year long.
I can't
So
do that.
I can walk in the room and hear you guys or Boys to Men any time of the year.
What about that? What about that? Thanks, Tony.
Any time of the year, Christmas music is playing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What about that?
Oh my God, it's phenomenal. Listen, as you know, we can stay here and talk forever because we got so many things in common.
Yes,
And our love for, like I said, family, music, love, and family. I mean, my God, the whole journey, you know, it's been a miraculous journey, but I'm eternally grateful for you taking time out of your busy day to spend some time with us. And I'm sure the community is grateful as well.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Give your family my best, man.
Indeed. Likewise, please.
Love them all. Love them
Please.
all. I will.
Likewise.
I will absolutely. I'm telling my wife that you appreciate her posting pictures.
Oh, no question. No question. That makes the world of difference, man. Because like I said, it brings balance to the family. People want to see who you are behind the scenes.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So it's great to be able to show that piece to the rest of the world.
All right, and thanks for introducing me to Avery.
Oh man, that's hilarious, right? That was hilarious, right?
That's
absolutely hilarious.
Love it, love it, love it.
Avery is one of a kind.
Yes, she is, man. Absolutely.
Oh my God.
Thrilled my soul.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, listen, be blessed, sir. We'll talk very soon.
Likewise. Be blessed.
Okay, sir. Bye-bye. Talk to you later.
All right.
The incredible Mark Kibble, the illustrious Avery Sunshine. I told you it was going to be a great day. I told you it was going to be phenomenal. I told you we were going to have a great opportunity to talk to some cool people and hear their stories firsthand, to be able to understand where they come from, how they lived. Listen, if you're not encouraged by those conversations, you must not be of this world. You must be of another place, because everything that they shared was about the journey. How do you get to your place? How do you get to your place? How do you find your zone? How do you evolve? How do you fight through systems and strategies to be able to make it, to get to where you want to be? I told you, it goes back to your DNA. Dream, never abort it. Dream, never abort it. Continue to dream, never abort it. Hold on to that dream. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. What's on your mind? What is your mental intuitiveness? Mental intuitiveness that never disappoints. Your mental intuitiveness that never disappoints. You have to be able to go after it. Never stop. And even if you hit a challenge and you may fail, you have to fight again, ignoring the loss. Fight again, ignoring the loss. What does it take to be Mark Kibble? What does it take to be Avery Sunshine? What does it take to be uniquely you? You have to be you. Be unique. Be unexampled. There's only one you. There's no other example of you but you. You have to be unparalleled. You have to be unlike anybody else. You have to be unprecedented. You have to be able to go through the various stages and be just phenomenal in who you are and take it to the next level. Take it to the highest level you possibly can, and then start again and continue to build upon your legacy, your destiny, your history, your heritage. I've been blessed to work with some incredible people, but it also started with some incredible parents. We just celebrated Mother's Day. My mom was absolutely phenomenal. She instilled that in us. My sister is on the scope today. My oldest sister, Kathy, is on the scope today, and she instilled that in us. My parents did. Mom instilled us to go after our dreams and to challenge ourselves, to be better than average, to go to the next level, push, push, push. You know, they saw that gift of music in us and they pushed us toward it, got us music lessons, had us singing together and things of that nature till we became the best we could possibly be. Our father was the same way, gave us opportunities to stand on the platforms at church. Our grandfather gave us the opportunity to stand on platforms at church, to evolve. Gave us those pep talks. Don't start if you're not going to finish it. I remember my dad constantly telling me, if you're not going to finish. And I've tried to make it my business to finish everything I've started. I refuse to fail. I make sure that I'm going to forge ahead, ignoring the loss. I'm going to fight again, ignoring, losing, because it was instilled in us. It was ingrained in us. And that's really the goal in life, guys. Be encouraged. Don't stop. Don't let anybody tell you no without you seeking for another yes. There's always another yes ahead. Even if you run into 15 no's, all you need is one yes, one open door. And once you get to that open door, make sure you're prepared to walk through the open door. And as you walk through the open door, your opportunities will be there. Your opportunities will be there to await you. And it's just a matter of time. But it's also a matter of courage. It's a matter of tenacity. It's a matter of fortitude, fighting through systems. Have a strategy. Have a plan. Hope is not a plan. Faith is not a plan. You got to have a plan. Scripture says, Habakkuk 2:2 says, write the vision, make it plain, that men may read it and run, which means if there's no writing, there's no reading, there's no running. You want someone to run with your vision? You write it so they can in turn read it. Listen, this is Kevin Bond coming to you again from the Bonded Music webinars. These are online. They're available for you to view live as we're recording them, but they're also available to you on demand. So those that have missed it around the world, share the information with them. They can go, they can register and watch it on demand. We also have membership available for the webinars where you can choose to watch 3 or 2 any day seminars, any day webinars. We call it the any day or any time membership. You just basically log on and grab whichever ones you want. We send the codes to you and you are able to watch those after you pay your registration fee. And then we also have monthly and we have quarterly as well as yearly memberships because we want people to get this information. We want you to learn. We want you to glean. We want you to grow. Thank you again, Avery Sunshine, for being a part today. Thank you again, Mark Kibble, for taking up your time to share both of your incredible stories. We were blessed by them today. Continue your journey and listen, whatever you do, never stop dreaming. Until the next time, this is Kevin Bond. Be blessed. Have a great day.